It's a big deal to me if you don't know. Now you know I'ma change your life. Just put your hands in the air.
What's up, Kansas City? I'm Serenity. Today we have Roger Alexander, the creator of AlphaMale Productions. How you doing?
I'm doing well, and you?
I'm great. Why don't you tell us, how did you start AlphaMale? Like, where did that come from?
Well, the idea kind of started back when I was in college. So I'm an alpha, and when we were in school, we would have to do these advertisements for our events, like community service and the parties and stuff that we were doing. And so my best friend Dwayne, he was like a really big movie buff, and so he wanted to do like these videos to advertise for these events. And so we would just do these like spur of the moment videos, and they actually became like really good. Like, we would put our creative minds together and we would come up with these videos, and we got a lot of support from all over the state. Pretty much people were like coming to the middle of nowhere, Kirksville, Missouri, to these parties and these events that we were throwing based off of like these funny videos that we were putting together. And so he kind of put the idea in my head, like, man, we should start a production company. And I didn't really know what I wanted to do with my life at that point, but I was kind of like, it wasn't really like a thing for me.
Were you majoring in that?
No, I wasn't. My major was actually business and administration.
Oh, okay.
Well, I started out as a psychology major.
So you were one of the people that switched around a little bit?
Yeah, just a little bit. I mean, I was the type of person I could, if I applied myself, I could be good at anything, but I didn't know. There wasn't nothing that jumped out at me and was like, man, I really want to do this, other than like psychology. But as I went through psychology, I realized like you had to really get like a good paying job, you had to like go to grad school and do all these other things.
Yeah, basically get a PhD.
Yeah, and I wasn't sure if I wanted to do all that, so I switched to business just because that's so broad and you can do anything with it. And then kind of by accident came across, this passion for creating videos. My first passion was actually music, so I was actually singing and rapping when I was in school.
Oh, okay.
And so that kind of segue into with the music passion, and then finding that talent for the videos, then music videos came to be like the perfect combination of those two. And so shortly after I graduated, I started AlphaMale Visuals, and
I wore my black and gold for you.
I appreciate that. Thank you. She had the colors for us today. So yeah, like I said, my major was business, but I found my passion for video later on, and I didn't want to have to go back and take classes all over again and all that stuff. So
you basically learned video production all on your own?
Correct.
You didn't take any classes or anything? Did
you
work under a mentorship of anybody, like, or you just literally just did it all yourself?
I pretty much just, these days, man, everything you really need to learn about anything is on the internet. You just kind of have to know where to find it, and then be disciplined enough to like teach yourself.
That's true.
So I pretty much put myself through my own little like film school, and I locked myself in my room for like 6 months straight. Like, I wasn't going out, I wasn't doing anything. I was like, as soon as I would go to my day job, and then I would run home, and then I was just studying as much as I could, watching as many videos, taking notes. I was giving myself these little tests and stuff like that, kind of like an actual like film school, just so I can get like a base understanding. But with like the film industry and shooting, knowing the books is one thing, and then getting out there and actually applying that stuff is completely different. So even though I had all of the base knowledge, it took a lot of shooting and a lot of time of making mistakes, and writing those mistakes down and learning from that, and then going out the next time and not repeating that mistake type thing. And that's really the biggest thing as far as shooting videos, is shooting as much as possible and learning from those mistakes.
Okay, speaking of that, you work with Boosie, K-Stylis, and you're getting ready to work with Kevin Gates. Like, how did you make those connections here? Because you're right here at Kansas City, so just want to know, how did all that stuff happen? Because that's pretty big.
So I'm actually from Houston, Texas, but I moved here after I graduated, and it kind of started. When I started out, my main thing was nobody really knew who I was here because I wasn't from Kansas City. So I made it a big deal to like try to be everywhere. Like, anytime there was an event.
Because I've heard of you, like, you were doing this 5 years now, right?
Well, about 4 years.
Yeah, I've heard of you a while back. So, I'm familiar with the company, but of course it's formally meeting, it's recent, so.
Gotcha. Yeah, so it was just anytime there was any type of event, I was making sure that I was there. You know, I was networking with people, just trying to get my name out there as much as possible. So, for one, people to at least pay attention to what I'm doing, and then it was just constantly shooting and marketing stuff everywhere. Just what's the word I'm looking for? There's a marketing term I'm looking for, but
guerrilla marketing, where you basically do it on your own.
Pretty much, but just as far as trying to get the brand seen as many times as possible by people, so they get used to seeing AlphaMale Visuals and stuff like that. And so it started with K-Stylis. I reached out to him after I had been shooting for maybe.
If you guys don't know who that is, that's Booty Me Down.
Yeah, the Booty Me Down guy. He does all the twerk songs and stuff. And was at the time was signed by Sony Epic. With that single, but I reached out to him about a year after I was shooting, and met him in person through a mutual friend named DJ Cash. He was one of the guys. He's in Atlanta now, but he was here at first, and he really helped with introducing me to some of the people that are the prominent people in Kansas City in that industry. And so I met K-Stylis, and at the time my videos weren't as good enough for him to really approve of me shooting his videos. Oh, okay. So that was a kind of it was humbling for me, because I was so excited, like, yeah man, let's shoot this video, and things didn't really work out. And so at first it was kind of you had your pride stepped on a little bit, but it motivated me to
the next level.
get better and like prove him wrong, like, no, I can do this, and it worked. Probably about a year later of shooting, I don't know how many more videos I had done, but I finally got to a point where I was sending him every video that I had shot, and for a while he wasn't responding, and then as I was getting better, he actually he started responding to the videos I was sending him. He was like, yo, your last video is pretty dope, let's meet and talk about blah blah blah. And so we met, and I think the first video we shot was Daisy Dukes, and then since then we've probably shot 4 or 5 other videos with K-Stylis. And from there, that really helped the awareness around Kansas City as far as what I was doing, just because he has that following of people that are, watching what he's doing. And then from there, T-Rail, a couple of videos after I had shot for K-Stylis. Right? Well, no, T-Rail is the singer/rapper from Topeka. Oh, and so, okay. He had reached out to me a while back, and kind of just been following what he was doing, and then he finally, when he released the song My Dog, that's when he got his distribution deal and then got hooked up with Lil Boosie.
Oh, and so, okay. That's how you got the Lil Boosie connection?
Correct. So Lil Boosie did the remix to T-Rail's song called My Dog, and then I reached out to T-Rail, just talking with him about the concepts that I had for the video, and he really liked it. And so that video was a long process of trying to get that set up, just because there were so many moving pieces with Boosie's such a big artist, and he has so much stuff going on. I mean,
What's
probably
the name of that video again, so people can Google it and know that you did it?
My Dog Remix, T-Rail featuring Lil Boosie. We flew him down here for a weekend and did that video, and I was really happy with how that turned out. And then following that video, off of the success that he had with the Boosie song, he had another song with Kevin Gates, which is the video that we're actually preparing for in about a week and a half here. So getting ready for that, and hopefully that'll be just as big as the Boosie video.
So you said you have a business degree, and I've seen a little bit about, you have like a full drawn out business plan on how you're even going to make your next move.
Correct.
Now you're getting ready to take that leap, you're quitting your day job, and you're moving out to Atlanta. Like, tell us the preparation you've been doing for that, and how you, like, what steps are going to happen after that.
So it really started with trying to get some good mentors around me. So I reached out to several more successful directors who had kind of established themselves in different areas around the country, and some of them didn't respond, but some of them did, and just
you literally like reach out to like email, or just
email. The majority of them was through Instagram. Instagram is like the best marketing tool right now
for visual arts, right? That's
for
true.
Visual arts, and I mean just businesses in general, just because it's so visual, and you can you can literally reach. There's no limitations. You know, beforehand you had to know the agent or somebody connected to that person or whatever. But now you can just send them a message in their DM, and you know they could ignore you or.
It goes down the DM.
Yeah, it goes down. It really does.
Business goes down the DM, not the other stuff.
Instagram is definitely where I probably get the majority of my work and advertisements is through social media. Oh. So I highly recommend that to anybody out there that's doing that. But I would reach out to them and ask them for advice, and you know they would tell me things like, you know, make sure you have what they told me specifically was, you know, estimate how much money you're going to be spending a month in expenses, and that's, you know, rent, insurances, phone bills, food, groceries, all that stuff. Figure out how much you're going to spend a month and then multiply that by 12. So worst case scenario, you could have, you know, enough saved up to go a year without income, just because when you're starting a business, that first year is always going to be tough.
Right.
Especially, you know, with me going to a new market in Atlanta where I don't have the same clientele that I do here, you know, it's going to be tough. So that was the first thing is, you know, so I pretty much used my day job. You know, I worked at Cerner, which is a good company. I knew it wasn't what I wanted to do.
You can talk about them. You already put in
I already put in my 2 weeks, so I can't. Yeah.
So you don't have to hide. And
you don't have to hide anything. But it's a great company, but I knew it wasn't what I wanted to do. I wasn't passionate about what I was doing there, but I used it as my platform to pay for everything that I was doing with my production. So I made sure that I was saving up as much money as possible, and that meant, you know, I was always living with a roommate, at least 1 or 2 roommates, just to cut down on rent. You know, I moved into a place that was a
sacrifice for some.
It is. You know, some people don't like living with other people. It's definitely not ideal, but to me the most important thing was getting that money saved up. So I made that sacrifice. You know, I wasn't, you know, buying new shoes and new clothes all the time. Like I wasn't really spending money on anything other than like food and video equipment. And then, you know, made sure that I moved into a place that was close to my job, so, you know, I'm only driving like 10 minutes to get to work every day, and I'm saving on gas. So just finding those little things to save money over time, and then, you know, getting that money saved up, and then, yeah.
Okay, so you're heading out to Atlanta. Good luck with that, of course.
Thank you.
How would somebody get in contact with you? Like if they wanted to set up a meeting just to talk, of course, video production stuff, any of that. Tell people how they can get in contact with you.
Yeah, you can reach me at AlphaMaleVisuals@gmail.com. It's spelled exactly how it's found, AlphaMale Visuals @gmail.com. That's pretty much where I handle all of my inquiries, just because it's easier. And yeah.
Well, thanks for coming in.
Thanyou. Thank you.
I'm Serenity, reminding you to spit your piece, and make sure you check out whatsupkansascity.net.
I'm IFBB Bikini Pro Cat Williams, and when I'm not working out in the gym, I'm searching the web on Cascade Media and What's Up Kansas City. So make sure you check them out. I'm IFBB Bikini Pro Cat Williams, and when I'm not working out in the gym, I'm searching the web on Cascade Media and What's Up Kansas City. So make sure you check them out.